Story, all by John Olerud. Bases loaded, game tied at 1, bottom of the 6th. When Olerud does his Bill Buckner imitation on a David Hull smash, Palmer and Ivan Rodriguez both score. 3-1 Texas. Just 3 pitches later, Julio Franco tests Olerud, and John ends up kicking the ball into center field. All sorts of problems. 2 more Texas runs score. 3 errors on the night for John Olerud, tying a club record. The guy came into the contest with just 1 error in 25 games. Texas got the great pitching from Kenny Rogers. Jose Canseco hits home run number 3. Jose's batting .424 during his current 8-game hitting streak. The A's in Boston, the A's were up 1-0 in the 4th. Runners at the corners. Scott Cooper at bat. But wait a minute, Mo Vaughn gets picked off at first. Now he's safe at 2nd. Carlos Quintana says, hey, I'll steal home, and makes a super slide right under the tag. We're tied at 1. Still tied in the 6th. When Ivan Calderon comes through, 1 of 3 hits for him on the night. Mo Vaughn comes in to score, put Boston up ahead, and they went on to win the game 3-1. Ivan Calderon continuing the hot hitting with 4 hits and 5 at-bats after having just 3 hits in his previous 24. Calderon filling in for Andre Dawson, who will miss at least a month. The Hawk is due to have a knee surgery, an 8th operation for him. Indians were winners in Seattle. Brave castoff Mike Bilecki with 6 strong innings to get the win. John Cummings has lost all 5 of his decisions. The White Sox in Milwaukee, where things got scary. 8th inning tied at 1. When Karkovice gets hit in the head.
Oh, Lord.
He would be fine. He would not need stitches. 8th inning tied at 1, 2 outs. Brewers with a runner on 3rd. Check out this play by Steve Sachs. Just watch him. Over the head. He makes the catch. Wait a minute. He drops it, tumbles a little, and still holds on to the grab. What a play. A game saver. 9th inning still tied at 1. Robin Ventura gets all of this one off Jesse Orozco. Ventura's 3rd home run of the year. And between Sachs's catch and Ventura's home run, it was a White Sox win. Lance Johnson chipping in with 3 hits in the game to give him 600 for his career. Milwaukee's Jamie Navarro now has not won in 5 starts. In Detroit, the Royals beat the Tigers thanks to a 2-run homer in the 8th by Harvey Pulliam off David Wells, who got
at the stick. And what about Darren Dalton to his knees for the best catch of the afternoon? Giants up 4-1 in the 5th. Just give Barry the MVP and call the rest of the season off. Another hit, 4 for 4, another RBI. He's hitting .432. Are you serious? Bases loaded still in the 5th. Royce Clayton, who had a huge day with this single in front of Lenny Dykstra that made it even to more of an adventure. 2 for 4, 5 RBI for Clayton, who also committed his 10th error today. Bill Swift, a good outing, fills in the road trip out west 5-2. Houston in St. Louis. Craig Biggio is hot. He stayed hot. Off of Donovan Osborne in the 3rd, a homer to tie the game at 1. Biggio 4 for 4 against Joe Torre's team. Top 4, 2-2, Kevin Bass. Line drive center field, Ray Langford. A terrific catch. The MVP candidate not having a good start with the bat, but playing well with the glove. And Louis Alicea doesn't do a good job with the glove. Misses Biggio, then throws the ball away at first base, allowing Mark Portugal to score. Houston wins 6-3. Ken Caminiti also a solo homer. Bernard Gilkey on the DL. Ozzie Canseco called up to the bigs. The last place Mets at the 6th place Dodgers. Brett Saberhagen had lost 3 straight coming in, looking to avoid that. And Bobby Bonillas, obviously spurred by his appearance on Arsenio earlier in the week, a solo homer, his 5th of the year, put the
found himself on base. Blauser lining the single up the middle. Andy Van Slyke catches up to comes up to it and fires home. Now check out this play. Maddox looks out, but he hurdles over Don Slaught. Turns out to be a great play. No call from the ump. So Maddox tries again, does a little dodge tag, and tags the plate in time. 1-0 Braves, wild play. But in the 6th, 2 men on for red-hot Jeff King. And King comes through. Doubling home Bob Walk and Jay Bell. Pirates end up winning the game 4-1. King, with his 3 RBIs, now has 7 in his last 2 games. The Pirates backed up Bob Walk with 3 double plays. Pendleton had his first hit in 5 games. The Reds were winners in Florida. Tom Browning won the game after pitching on 10 days rest. Bobby Kelly extending his hitting streak to 7 games. In Montreal, 9th inning heroics for Larry Walker, who drove in the game winner in the 9th off Rich Rodriguez to send the Rockies Armando Reynoso, the grounder, and Sandberg, the easy flip. No, right by Jose Vizcaíno. Sandberg's first throwing error since July 4th of '90. Good defense, though, for the Rockies. Gerald Clark catches up to that Sandberg pop-up. Dwight Smith does tag up, though, and the Cubs lead 3-1. Chicago redeems themselves. Andres Galarraga, the shot, and Steve Buechele, the gorgeous stab. Buechele also homered to extend his hitting streak to 13 games, and the Cubs ended up winning the game 3-2. Vizcaíno, 2 singles. He's now hitting .355. Colorado. It was a struggle. Dave Justice, the cause. Justice, his 6th home run of the year. No doubt about it, put the Braves up 2-0. Top of the second, 2 out. Atlanta puts the squeeze on. John Smoltz lays down the bunt. A beautiful one. Greg Olson safe at home. 3-0 Braves. Scary moment in the third. David Need, the bunt over Sid Bream's head. Watch Smoltz going to cover. Runs right over Mark Lemke. Smoltz literally took it on the chin. He was okay. He stayed in the game. Top of the 7th. Justice again on fire. Hitting the drive. Deep. Will it go? Off the wall. Terry Pendleton comes around to score. Justice ends up at third with an RBI triple. Justice in this game raised his average 18 points to a huge 218. He had 4 RBIs. Ron Gant had 4 RBIs. The Braves finally score a bunch for Smoltz, who received just 16 ones in his first 6 starts. Just called up, Rocky reliever Mark Knudsen ripped for 8 runs in 1+ inning. Reds in Houston, where Cincy skipper Tony Perez has the look we've seen before. Bottom of the first, a man on for Eric Anthony, taking Tim Belcher over the wall. Number 3 for Anthony, one of 3 hits. Belcher allowed through 7. Astros up 2-0. In the 8th, Milton Hill facing red-hot Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell hitting 600 over the last week. Keeps hot. Home run number 3. 3 homers for Houston in this game. It put them up 4-0. But it was 4-1 in the 9th. Doug Jones in relief of Doug Drabek. Kevin Mitchell doing the damage, a 2-run homer, his 3rd. Reds down 4-3. Reggie Sanders up with 2 outs and a runner on against Jones.
Sanders hits this tie. It's gonna be gone.
You'll have to forgive the Reds announcers. They haven't had much to cheer about this season. Reds score 5 in the 9th off Doug Jones to win it. An unprecedented comeback for the Reds, who owned an 0-15 record when trailing after 8 innings. The Reds get save number 3 from Jeff Reardon, who has helped make Cincy's bullpen tops in the NL. In a jam, a man on, Joe Carter goes deep for the 250th time in his career. As for McDonald, he would go on to give up 4 home runs in 4 innings. Toronto up 5-4. Scott Brown, making his 2nd major league start, fared no better against Damon Buford. Buford making personal history, his 1st major league home run. Tied up the game at 5. A break in the slugfest for a knockdown. Alan Mills a bit wild against Luis Sojo. Words exchanged. Benches cleared. No punches were thrown, though. Back to the game. Greg Olson off his game. Paul Molitor singling off him, driving in Roberto Alomar. Blue Jays went on to the 10-8 victory. Pat Borders broke out of a 1-4-14 slump to go 3 for 4. He hit 1 of Toronto's 6 homers. Mariners in Cleveland, where it was a day of unlimited power in Cleveland. Albert Bell connecting off Randy Johnson. Bell's 11th homer of the year. Cleveland within 3 runs of the Mariners, but in the top of the 9th, Tino Martinez hits the 4th Seattle homer of the day. His 7th. Mariners win it 9-5. Jay Buhner, Ken Griffey Jr., and Pete O'Brien also homered to back up Randy Johnson. 7 more Ks to give Johnson a major league best 54. Albert
didn't start well. He was staked to a 3-0 lead, but Mark McGwire makes that lead 3-1. Taking it to the nets over the monster in left center field. Mike Bordick with an RBI triple made it 3-2. Then in the 6th inning, Ruben Sierra, line shot to right center. Billy Hatcher playing deep to start with. Isn't going to get there. Brent Gates, 2nd major league game, scores to tie it at 3. Still in the 6th, bases loaded. 1 out, and Roger gets a DP grounder, perhaps? No. John Valentin error. McGwire scores 4-3 A's, 7 innings, 4 earned, 5 hits, 3 walks for Roger. Bottom of the 7th, a threat put out by the Goose. Goose Gossage coming out of the bullpen looking good. Eck with a perfect 9th, and Oakland wins by the score of 6-3. McGwire had another homer, 3rd multiple homer of the game. And to prove the Sox never change, they signed Steve Lyons to a minor league deal. West leading California, daytimer in the Bronx. And it was everyone at the ballpark. In the third, a little bit of controversy. Bernie Williams, his bat, as you watch the follow-through, clunks John Orton, the catcher, on the head. Should have been should have been interference. The umps discuss it. Home plate umpire John Shulock rules it is interference, but unintentional. With all that, the story, Kelly goes back to first. Williams continued his at-bat, and JT Snow continued to play good defense despite his hitting slump, stopping Don Mattingly there. Bottom of the eighth, tied at 1. Here's the story. Steve Howe pitched it. Chili Davis sent it the other way. The ballpark wouldn't hold it. Howe got booed, chewed out the ump a little bit, and the Yankees lost. Buck Rogers' team leaves the Bronx with a 3-1 win. Scott Sanderson, unwanted by